Imagine stepping onto another world, a world of red dust and silent horizons. Let's spend a full day on Mars, from sunrise to sunset, and see what it's really like. Morning on Mars begins not with the sound of birds or the rush of traffic, but in absolute, profound stillness. There are no oceans to crash on shores, no forests for wind to whisper through. There's just dust, ancient rock, and a silence that stretches for thousands of kilometers under a thin, pinkish sky. The sun, a small, distant blue-white disk, slowly rises, casting long, eerie shadows across the alien landscape. As the sun climbs higher, you'd notice something strange. Shadows here move differently. They dance and shift in a way that feels unfamiliar, a subtle but constant reminder that you are on a world with only about 38% of Earth's gravity. Everything feels lighter, and every movement is a little more graceful, a little more floaty. The landscape, bathed in the morning light, reveals its true color shades of rust, ochre, and butterscotch. Craters and canyons, carved by forces long past, are thrown into sharp relief. Now it's midday on Mars. The sun is at its highest point in the sky. If you're near the equator during the summer, you might experience a brief, fleeting moment of comfort. Temperatures could climb just above freezing, maybe up to a balmy 20 degrees Celsius. You might think this isn't so bad, but don't be fooled. The Martian atmosphere is incredibly thin, about 100 times less dense than Earth's. This means it can't hold onto heat. So while the ground beneath your feet might feel warm, the air around you remains punishingly cold. And what about water? We know there's ice at the poles and underground. Could this midday warmth melt it? For a moment, maybe. But the atmospheric pressure is so low that any liquid water would almost instantly boil away into vapor and escape into space. It's a phenomenon called sublimation, where a solid turns directly into a gas. So no flowing rivers or shimmering pools, just a fleeting whisper of moisture that's gone as soon as it appears. This is one of the biggest challenges for future Martian colonists. Finding and managing water in a world that desperately wants to give it away. As the afternoon progresses, the sun begins its descent. The sky transforms once again, but not in the way you'd expect. Sunsets on Earth are famous for their fiery reds and oranges. On Mars, it's the opposite. Because the red dust in the atmosphere scatters red light, the sky around the setting sun glows with a beautiful, haunting blue. It's a spectacular, otherworldly sight, a blue dot sinking into a red horizon. The shadows grow long again, stretching across the desolate plains, and the short-lived warmth of the day begins to vanish. Night falls on Mars with a startling swiftness. As soon as the sun is gone, the planet lets go of all its heat. Temperatures plummet dramatically. We're talking drops to minus 73 degrees Celsius or even colder. The ground that was briefly warm just hours ago becomes frozen solid. Under the thin atmosphere, the stars are magnificent. Without the light pollution or thick air of Earth, the Milky Way and distant galaxies blaze with an incredible, crystal-clear intensity. You'd see Mars's two tiny moons, Phobos and Deimos, racing across the sky like captured asteroids. During these frigid nights, a delicate layer of carbon dioxide frost can form on the surface, like a dusting of powdered sugar. This isn't water ice, but frozen atmosphere itself, settling on the rocks and dust. As the sun rises the next morning, this frost will sublimate, turning back into gas and starting the cycle all over again. A Martian day, or Sol, is about 40 minutes longer than an Earth day, but it's a day of extreme contrasts, from a fleeting, fragile warmth to a deep, penetrating cold. It's a world that is both beautiful and incredibly harsh. This daily cycle of light and dark, heat and cold, defines the rhythm of Mars. It's a planet of quiet grandeur and extreme conditions. Exploring it teaches us not just about another world, but about the precious, delicate balance that makes our own blue planet so uniquely suited for life. Every piece of data we get from rovers like Curiosity and Perseverance helps us understand this alien environment a little bit better, paving the way for the day humans might finally walk under that blue sunset. If you love fueling your mind with the wonders of the universe, make sure to subscribe to the Cosmic Drive. We have so much more to explore together. Thanks for watching.